Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Healthcare Heroes, where we recognize our dedicated frontline staff and managers. I'm Sandy Potter, joining you today from my home studio, along with Masonicare President and CEO, JP Venoit, and Chef Steve, our Executive Chef and Dining Director at Masonicare at Ashlar Village. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Chef Steve, when the COVID-19 pandemic began, there were so many unknowns and decisions that had to be made very quickly. You made a very interesting personal decision to quarantine right there on campus with the residents. Can you tell us what went into that choice and what the experience was like for you?
Yeah, I felt it was very important that I quarantined here, not only for the safety of the residents, but the safety of my family. And of course, after discussing with my other boss, my wife, we both felt very strongly that it was best I stay here. And the biggest concern, was about the staff getting COVID or any of the staff not being able to be here. At least I would be positioned here in a safe spot and I'd be able to keep things going and manage things with the staff. And we were very fortunate. None of our staff got sick. Everyone showed up for work here. And it just made it even more of a commitment to me too, to make sure we took very good care of our residents and kept all the food moving in order to keep them properly fed.
What did the residents say when they found out that you were staying there?
They actually, I got to see life from their side. I got to see, understand them a lot more and learn more about the residents I serve every day. They were absolutely thrilled I was staying here. And actually some of them even looked out for me. The wonderful lady at the op shop, Jane Servant, actually gave me a chair that I could use in the room to put my feet up on. Other people saw me doing laundry. Someone actually gave me a jug of laundry detergent. But it was just, it was very heartwarming to me too, to be here and to be committed to these people with the job that I'm doing, and being able to see their life from another side. And I even got to go through a whole fire alarm at 3 o'clock in the morning with them too. So that was an experience itself too.
I can imagine. Oh my gosh. And JP, I know that you're just so proud of Chef Steve's dedication to our residents and the actions that he took.
Well, think about the caring aspect of not only Chef Steve caring about his own family and caring about the residents, but think about the residents caring about him during this, and that family, whether it's the family at your residence or home or the family here at Masonicare, it truly shines through. And for Steve to really want to make sure that the residents are taken care of, it just warms my heart. And I thank Steve for all that he did and all his leadership, because it was a stressful time. It was a time of long hours. It was a time where maybe we weren't going to have enough staff. There was a time where we thought, how were we going to provide meals to all of our residents? All of that we were able to do, but it was the caring that came about all of it. And it was really the family within Masonicare at Ashlar Village that allowed for that to happen. And to hear the detergent, hear the chair, it is all those little things. And you all hear me say this all the time. It's the little things that make such a difference to those that we serve. We do it, but our residents do it for one another, and they do it for our staff. And I'm humbled to say that this really is a family here at Masonicare, and it's thanks to leaders like Steve and the residents and really all of our staff for what they do that allows us to be that close-knit family.
Absolutely. It's a special place. Chef Steve, what would you like to say to your amazing team there at Ashlar Village?
I probably want to say, but I want to say the biggest thank you to them. It's probably one of the best teams in my culinary career I've ever worked with. We were like forward and reverse. We were communicating with each other. And just as JP said, in a time like this too, it's not just being a manager, it's getting to know your team a lot better too. There were many times we sat down just to take a break together and just to touch base with everybody to make sure we're staying focused, but also to ask how things were going on at home. And if they did need something, I did offer to them, and they were able to pay for something also, say a roll of toilet paper or something small. Those small things for my staff, that made a big difference too. And those kind of conversations, it also gave them a commitment, because I reported back to them to let them know how the residents appreciated everything so much, because we were delivering breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the bags. And plus our convenience store, we turned it into a pea pod situation. We turned it into almost a full-blown grocery store. So people were able to come down and get cold cuts and fruit, and we were able to take care of everybody and keep them safe. And like I said, the team here, absolutely amazing. Both Pond Ridge, Argonauta, and Ashlar Village. Everyone worked together, everyone. And it was a very, very warm feeling with the team too. Very appreciative of everything.
That's
Definitely a great team.
Most definitely. I could name them all. I probably have you on here for an hour, but I had meetings down at Pond Ridge with some of them down there, and just everyone came forward on things. Even the human resource department person who was here came forward on things to help us with different things. Transportation jumped up. Transportation was delivering groceries. Housekeeping was involved with other things. And during that time period too, there were shortages of paper products, of cleaning products. I mean, we were solid with our vendors. Our vendors stepped up to the plate so high. They dropped all the walls, and whatever we needed, we were able to get and be committed to what we were doing for our residents to keep everything going.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for sharing time with us today. And Chef Steve, many thanks to you and your team for your commitment to our residents. You are all definitely, as JP says, Masonicare strong. I'm Sandy Potter. Thank you for watching, and we hope you'll join us next week for another edition of Healthcare Heroes. Until then, be well.